Welcome back to the Cute Developer. Today, I'm going to make a calculator. Not like using QMake. It's my friend. So I'm going to use QMake instead of CMake. So, let's see. What are some of the things that I need to do? I'm not going to make notes because otherwise I'll forget. So let's see. I need an add method for the calculator. I need a subtract. I need multiply. And I need divide. And I need equals. I think that's it. Okay, so each one of those. Oh, I also need. Now let's look at the GUI. So these are all the buttons. I need 1 through 9. Oh no, 0 through 9. I need 0 to 9 buttons. I think that's it. All right. So now, let me go ahead and look at my form. Here's my form. Now, I'm going to make it a little smaller. Let's do like this. Right here. Now let's go ahead and start taking buttons. Push button. So that's one push button. And let's make that 0. Do like that. There. And if I come over here, let's make this a little bigger. Why don't I go ahead and say, let's see, where's that size? Minimum, maximum size. Nah. I'll just do it like that. Because I don't want to set the minimum, maximum size. At least not yet. Maybe I'll come back. Alright, so I need 9 buttons. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay, so that's 0, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I need one more. But as I do this, let's go ahead and make the next one. I need 0. Okay. So as I do this, I'm beginning to question myself. Is this really the best way? It's kind of a pain in the neck. I don't think I want to do that. Control A, delete. Let's go back to the drawing board. Okay. So, what if, first of all, I'm in the wrong thing. I need to go into the main window. This is my friend right here. That's what I want to do. All right, so let's first I'll do all the methods because I have no idea what I'm going to do here. Hey, my shortcuts aren't working. That's kind of annoying. All right, so let's see. So I want to do a void addition. And addition's going to take... Is it going to take any parameters? I don't think so. Void subtraction. Void multiply. I like writing void in there. It looks nice. Void divide. Void equals. Okay. What else do I need? Add, subtract, multiply, divide, equals. Now, if we right click and go to refactor, nothing shows up. But I know there's a way to do this. Maybe if I go to refactor now, for member functions. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, this is cool. So if I right click on the class, go to refactor, and then create implementations for member functions, it'll do all of them. I like this. It's neat. Say OK. And now if I go in here, the magic. It's beautiful. Now that's beautiful. Let's have a new term. Beauteous. Yeah. It's beauteous. Okay. So I've got addition, subtraction, multiply, and divide. Those are for all those buttons. Now, the next thing I need to do is I need to create all my actual buttons, all the buttons, 0 to 9, and then these 4 or 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, 5 right here. These 5 babies. These babies right here. Boom. Okay. So I'm going to do that in the constructor right here. Make some notes. Make buttons. Great. Again? No. All right. We're making the calculator great again. So what I need to do is I need to include Q push button. Now I can go to the UI. So in the UI, I want to make, do I want a horizontal layout or vertical layout? Or do I even want to do that? I don't think I want to do that. I'm going to include it here. Okay. Nope. Let's include a box. Oh, here we go. I want a QH box layout. And I want to include a QV box layout. There. Those two are for the vertical and horizontal layouts. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make all those buttons in horizontal, line them up, and then make a vertical and line those up. I also need to include a label. There. So I need the label. Okay. Now I'm going to pause the video because I have to think. Then I'll come back, turn it on, start typing with my plan. Okay, here we go. So I think what I want to do is I want to do everything here in the constructor. I could position all the buttons inside of the user interface, but I don't want to do that. Make my life a little more difficult. So I think what I need to do is I need to create a horizontal box layout and a vertical box layout. So let me create the vertical box layout, and I'll call it VB0. VBox layout. Then I'm going to create an HBox layout. Forgot the new. Then I'm going to create a HBox layout. Whoops. HB0. And I'll make that new. Oh, too many spaces. New QH box layout. Okay. Now that I have this, I'm going to create a for loop. And I'll just do my for loop as int m equals 0. M is less than, I need 9 buttons. Let's increment m. And there we go. There's my loop. Now in my loop, I want to basically make every 3 buttons wrap to a new line. So after 3 buttons, make a new group, a new horizontal box layout, put it into a vertical layout. So I'm going to do, since small program, I don't really care much. So I'm going to do an m modulus. Could be a little slower, but that's okay. Forgot the m. M modulus 3. I got plenty of CPU and plenty of RAM. So I'll utilize a little bit. Oh, and I want it to be equal to 0. There. Beautiful. There's probably better ways to do this, but this is what I know for right now. So in here, now I'm going to make a new HB0, and I'll make that a new QH box layout. I probably don't need to do this. There. Let's do that. That way I don't have just some blank one lingering. Then I'm going to do VBO, and I'm going to add the layout item of HB0. Okay. Then, in my loop, this is the tricky part. So now what I would like to do is I want to create a push button. And I want to kind of wrap everything all together when I create it. So, Q push button. Whoops. So I'll create a Q push button. And let's just call it numby. Numby. I like that. Numby equals new Q push button. And I need to give it a title or a label name. But since it's an integer, I want to take m, which is going to be incremented, so I don't have to type this more than once. So now I need to take the Q string, and I could take a number and convert it to a string. M. There we go. Did I do that right? All right, I missed a parenthesis. There we go. Okay. And now, that'll create the button. So then from here, the next thing I need to do is I need to now add the widget to the horizontal box. So HB0 add the widget, and I want numB. There. Then, after it's all completed, I now want to go ahead and say in my main layout, let's go ahead and add the layout of VB0. All right. Now, if this doesn't crash, that'd be pretty wild. Wow, didn't crash. All right, so, but I have 0 through 8. Oh, because I only did, is that right? Yeah, I only did 9, so I need 10. There. Okay, so here's my 10 buttons, and they're all here. That doesn't look right, but that's okay. This part is correct. So I've got the 3, everything's here. Now, bring that back up. All right, so I need to reverse them. Is that right? Yeah. Usually zeros on the bottom. So I think it's 7, 8, 9, 5, 4, 5, 6, 0, 1, 2, maybe? Yeah. Okay. But the next step, before I do that, before I organize this, I gotta make them work, which is more important than making it pretty. So when I click on this, I want it to do something. And I want to wrap all of that together too. So I'm going to create a connection. So I'm going to connect, and I'm going to connect numby, and I'm going to connect it with the Q push button. And I want it to be clicked. And now I'm going to create a lambda. Because whenever this does something, I actually want it to just test. I'm going to test it, test the number. So let's see, Q debug. And then let's output this dot name. Can I do that? Nope. I thought it had a name. I guess not. Text maybe? No, can't do that either. That's too bad. Alright, let's make life simple, and I'll come back to it. Let's just see if it works. Test. There. Then I'm going to have to go look at the Q push button and see what attributes I can get from the actual name of the button. So if I say Q output, or the application output, come back. Okay, great. So it's working. Every button is outputting. So now I need to go to the help documents. So if I right click on this and go to context help, that's a little crazy. Let me see. Events. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking to capture that title, or the name that I just gave it. Wait, I don't see it in here. Maybe it's an abstract button? No. Text? Yeah, it should be text. Yeah, that should be right. So why didn't I do it? It should have been this dot. Okay, I need to capture maybe. There. Maybe that's what I was missing. Alright, let's see what happens. See if it goes bonkers. There. Oh, that's beautiful. Look at that. Nice. 6, 7, 8, and 9. Fabulous. Okay. So now take a little deep breath. and move on to greener pastures. Stay tuned. I'm going to go get some water. Be right back. Okay. All right, so now I'm going to make it so that the actual display, so let's run this again. So right now we click on all the buttons, it outputs in here in the debugger, but I want to make a display right here just above the buttons in which whenever I press the numbers, it'll show up in the button, or it'll show up in the display. Okay, so in order to do that, I'm going to make a Q label. So let's make a Q label. We'll call it, display. Display label. New Q label. And then I need to add it. So I will say, do I do it here? I'll do it here. UI. Actually, yeah, I'll do that. UI, add widget, and I want it to be display label. Now it's important that I add this before so that it appears on the top. All right. Now, whenever this is clicked, I want to go ahead and add that text to the Q label. So I think I'm going to have to add another parameter. Display label. And I want to say display label dot set text, and I want to set it to the display label dot text plus the numB dot text. There we go. I'll disable this QDebug for now. I don't think I need it. Let's go ahead and run, and okay, so there it is, shows up. And I'm doing something I shouldn't do right here. We'll come back to that later. I like to just get everything work. I think of it as like a sketchbook. Get everything working, then I'll go back and clean up. All right, so there we go, everything's showing up. Nice. Now, I wonder, I'm going to try something here. Can I do that? Will let me do this? I don't think so. No. Okay. All right. Getting sidetracked. All right. So, that's good. And let me just run it again. Get sidetracked, these things happen. All right, so that's all operational. Now, what I don't like are these buttons. Gonna get my last nerve. And the fact that I need to add 4 more. So maybe I'm gonna make a little change here. And maybe I want to make a QString list. Let's try that. And we're going to call it button list. All right, and then in my button list, I'm going to go ahead and add 7. Whoops. Wrong way. There. So I'm going to go ahead and add 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3. Whoops. And then 0. And then when I do this, let's do that. Okay, so now I still need to do one change. And the one change I need to do is I need to add my button list so I can capture this order. This order right here. Let's see. So go ahead and run it. So this, in theory, should give me that order. Yeah, here we go. 7, 8, 9, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, and then zeros on the bottom. Nice. Okay, great. So that's working. Let me do it again just to make sure. There it is. Okay. Fabulous. Fabulous, fabulous. All right. Nice. So now I'm going to implement, I will now implement add, not implement. I'm going to add the other buttons for subtract, multiply, add, and divide, and equals. So it's going to be subtract, multiply, addition, divide, equals. So there's going to be 5 buttons. Got to give that some thought. All right, so I'm going to stop, take a break, think about it, come back. Okay, so now I need to do something different. So there's a couple ways. All right, so the first thing is, here's all the buttons. Now I could conventionally, I can come into this list, and then every 4th item I can add the addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. Right? But I don't like that. I think I want to keep this layout and then shift things over a little bit. But see, like that? Like, I don't want that either. I basically want to shift over and add 4 vertical buttons to the right of all of these buttons. I actually kind of like the way this 0 spans across all 3 buttons. So, again, making my life more difficult. All right, so the first thing I think I need to do is I need to go ahead and add a new VBox layout. There. So now I'm going to add a new QString list. And the QString list will be, what are these things called? Addition, multiplication. I don't know what those buttons are called. Darn it. Button. Function? I don't know. We'll do that. Maybe that's wrong. Please leave a comment. Let me know what those things are called. I'll come back and change it. All right, so button function, and that's going to be each of these. So I need one for division. I need one for multiplication. I'll use an X. I need one, and I'll use a star. One for subtraction, one for addition, and then one for, I'll just do this. I'll save the equal sign, and I'll make this a star. There. There we go. Now, I need to take the vertical, and I can go ahead and add those. I can add them anywhere, really. I want to do the end of this loop. I'll create another loop. For int k equals 0. K is less than button functions dot size plus k. There. Need my semicolon after 0. Now I need to go ahead and add them to my container, or to my layout. So VB1, add widget, and I want to add the widget of button functions dot at k. There, beautiful. Wrong place. There, nope. There. Okay. Is that right? No. Maybe that's it. Why won't it work? Oh, you know why? Because I need to create a button. Hey, doofus. Let me do this. New Q push button. There. There. Now it's good. Okay. So now what I need to do is now I need a new HBox layout. Alright, so new HBox layout here. I'll do them all in the same place. HBox 1. New HBox. No, Q HBox. Hey. HBox layout. There. And after I do all of this, alright, so after I do all of this, I need to add the two. So I need to do HB1, add, I want to add a layout. The layout I want to add is HB. Is that right? No, VB. VB0. Okay. So add VB0. Then I want to go ahead and add VB1. HB1. Add layout. VB1. There we go. I think that's right. And then I want to add HB1 here. I think this is right. Let's see if it goes crazy. Yeah, nice. Beautiful. Okay, so I have all my buttons. The verticals are working. Everything's lined up. Nice. Now a couple things I want to do here. This division, I'm going to replace that. I want the little symbol, divide symbol. I'll go see if I can find it. The star, I'm going to make that an X. And then we're good to go. Alright, so I'm going to go see if I can find that now. Okay, terrific. Here we go. Here's a little symbol. Here's the X. Run it again. And terrific. So here everything is. Here everything be. Those don't work yet. So the next step is to actually say, all right, I need to implement all these, but I still need to add the equal sign button. And I guess I could just put it on the bottom here. Yeah, that'll work. I'll put it on the bottom. It's going to leave one off, though. That's the only catch. All right, let me try to add that. Let's see what happens. Let's see. So if I do... Let's see if it looks strange. It may. Yeah. See, pushed it off. Darn it. All right. Gonna get rid of that. Keep this. I need to put in the equal sign, which means I'm probably gonna have to shift this whole thing up. Maybe to put the equal sign on the bottom, or I could put it on the top. All right, I'll worry about that later. All right, so in the meantime, what I'll do is the next step is to actually make these function buttons here, make these operational. So when I type in a number, and I hit divide, it's going to clear that. It'll either clear it or it'll add the symbol. Yeah, maybe I'll do that. Maybe I'll add the symbol. Yeah, I can do that. I'll add the symbol. Okay. All right, so that's it for now. Stay tuned. It's kind of getting long, this episode. Oh, so you know what I'll do? I'm going to make another episode. That's right. I'll make this a 2-part series, maybe 3. So we'll stop right here. Thank you for watching. And all this stuff is implemented. We know what we need to do next. Make my list, and then I'll make another episode. All right, great. Thank you for watching, and I will see you soon.